Learning the curse. Learning the curse.
Welcome to the classroom, motherfuckers. This is Learning the Curse with Adam and Chuck.
And that's how we're starting this one.
That's what we're
Boom
doing.
skis.
That's what we're doing. Google says. So this is it's been a while.
Yeah. Cursing the learn.
And we're back.
And we're back. Well, it's going to be even longer here soon, and we'll tell you why on the next episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But this is Learning to Curse with Adam and Chuck. I'm not Adam.
I'm not Chuck.
And we got some beverages. What do we
Oh,
got?
the beverages.
Oh, wait, hold
we
on.
got some more cowboy beer. I think it's cowboy beer. Milwaukee's Best. I can honestly say I've never had a Milwaukee's Best.
I haven't either.
I normally don't drink like that, but I wanted you to hear it.
It's not bad.
It's all right. It's a beer.
It's a beer. Yeah, that's
5.9%
seriously,
alcohol volume.
that's our endorsement for it.
It's a beer.
Milwaukee's Best. It's a beer.
It's a beer. So, what are we talking about today?
It's a beer.
Chuck has a really good topic.
Afterlife.
Yes, Afterlife.
Yep.
Isn't there a game called that or some shit or some website or something like that? That sounds very, very
Half-Life?
familiar. Half-Life.
I
Maybe
think
that's it.
I don't play video games.
I don't either.
I just come up with ideas for them.
Hint.
Nothing you need to know about yet. So afterlife, in some religions, it means life after death. Mm-hmm. Most Christians believe in afterlife.
But wait, life after death, I mean...
That's...
So, I mean, at one point, arguably,
Okay.
there's life, and then you die, and then there's life again. I mean,
that's here's the...
afterlife is death.
Yeah, that's
Sorry
what's
to
after-
interrupt, but-
No, I mean that's really what it boils down to for me is that after your life is nothing.
Yes.
Is death.
Is death.
You're dead.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Which is the popular belief among the your kind, the atheists.
you're kind.
Your
I thought you were
kind. That's
talking about- I
racist.
thought you were talking about gingers. But
Gingers have no soul. They die.
right, exactly. No, I mean as far as the way that I look at it, it's.
Well, wait, how do they look at it? I interrupted.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
That was the dictionary definition.
Major views on the afterlife derive from religion, esotericism, and metaphysics.
Exactly.
Some belief systems, such as those in the Abrahamic tradition popped up before on our show, hold that the dead go to the specific plane of existence after death. Oh, this kind of explains it.
Yeah.
As determined by God or other divine judgment based on their actions or beliefs during life. I hate that part of it. Yeah. Oh, where you go is determined
You
by...
were a dick, so you get to go over here.
What's the point?
Yeah. Afterlife, also referred to as life after death or the hereafter.
I like the Biggie Smalls album.
Yeah.
That made me just think about Biggie
Is
Smalls.
the belief that an essential part of an individual's identity or the stream of consciousness continues to manifest after the death of the physical body. According to various ideas about the afterlife, the essential aspect of the individual that lives on after death may be some partial element or the entire soul or spirit of an individual which carries with it and may confer personal identity or on the contrary may not, as in Indian Nirvana. Anywho, so there's the thing here. So
Nirvana, one of my favorite bands.
Is this basically saying so your soul can be parceled up? Like,
Well, hey, okay, actually, man, this is going to go in a million fucking directions very
fuck yeah.
fast.
This is probably going to be
Yeah.
a pretty
spitball.
serious
Yeah.
episode.
And by no means is this going to be one of those where we dive deep into what's already
anus.
established. Maybe a little bit to keep us on track, but
Yeah.
we're going to theorize the fuck out of this episode.
Well, I mean, for me, there's not much theorizing to go on.
Real quick,
But-
what you just brought up about the parceling out of the soul.
Right.
Remember the whole multiple timeline idea. What if
Right.
the soul is parceled up in all these different because I mean obviously if it's you,
Okay.
if it is essentially you in multiple timelines doing all this shit,
So do you think that after, if like, say, 1,000 years, when all of those
Mm-hmm. All of
different
them die.
iterations have been,
Yeah.
would have been died, or
what if there's a real
100
death
years?
like you believe, a death where they're dead, that particular
But
one.
the afterlife doesn't come until all of the different iterations of you throughout all the different universes die, and your soul can be conjoined.
I'm gonna be very agnostic with this episode. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But okay, I'll play.
You'll be
I'll
like,
play along.
that's bullshit, right?
I'll play along with the whole. If time is linear,
Yeah.
yes. If time is linear, then yes.
I'll play Jesus advocate.
Jesus' advocate. Can you say Jesus' advocate?
I don't know.
Okay.
Jesus is advocate.
Jesus, what is that?
That was
Say
my
you again?
shoes.
That happened last time. Spooky
sorry.
shoe. I'm debunking
Spooky
it.
shoes.
Spooky shoe.
They used to call me that in high school. Hey, spooky shoes.
They call me that in the bedroom. Knocking the spooky boots.
Oh, squeaky squeak.
So, what if it is parceled across all of the probabilities, right? So all these
So like
possible,
all of the iterations and
Yes.
the different universes where my mom had an abortion.
yeah. That parcel
Little
of the
tiny-
soul
little
died a
tiny baby
long
Chuck
time
souls.
ago.
Little tiny baby Chuck souls.
And then there's
they're so
realities
delicious.
where your soul didn't even go to. I
Hey,
mean,
there's a reality where I'm not a ginger.
there you go.
I'm just kidding. There's
Maybe
not.
your brother's not a ginger.
Fuck him.
So there you go. Genetically, but then it essentially wouldn't have been you. It would have been a
Right.
different sperm that beat you there
Exactly.
or whatnot. Unless
Sperm.
I would have to look into it if epigenetics could determine what gene would be flipped on to make you ginger or brunette. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's predetermined and cannot change or not. We would have to look into that.
I mean, it's a mutation, so
Yeah, it's a yeah, you're a mutant.
I'm a mutant.
Chuck is a mutant.
I am. Yeah.
He's a mutant by birth. I am a mutant by epigenetics. I'm
Well-
a mutant by nurture.
So, what I always come down to is there's all of these specifics about afterlife.
Yeah.
Even different.
How do they know?
Exactly.
I knew you were getting to that.
Where the fuck did you get these ideas? Like, I get. Like, and we've talked about
ayahuasca
Right.
spirits told me.
Well, we've talked about it before about DMT.
DMT.
It's dynamite. DMT. Anyway,
It sounded like a whip. I don't know why.
I don't know. See where
Dimenthol tra-
masturbation. That's
What
what,
is
it
it?
sounds like when I jack off.
There you go.
Ow.
If you don't know what he means, dimethyltryptamine. Every now and then I have to look at it because it's a mouthful.
It is a
sometimes to say.
mouthful.
That's why people just say DMT. Dimethyltryptamine.
You know what else is a mouthful? Oral sex.
Yes. Unless it's with a very tiny person.
Right. What, like a midget? So the different ideas for afterlife,
Yes.
and the specifics of them. Like somebody has, and it's like that when with the Jagan episode where I was bringing up like who the fuck somebody wrote out and came up with these different demons and the demonology and all those books and shit like that. Somebody made that shit up.
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
It's definitely made up, but people look at it and see it, and they're like, "Well, this demon Baphomet actually fucking exists."
They take it as fact.
Where the fuck? How? What are you talking about? It's a
It
real
said
thing.
its name in an exorcism,
Right.
But doesn't the exorcist actually say the name first, though?
I don't know.
What is? How do I mean?
David.
They get them to say their name.
My name's David.
David, power of Christ compels you. Leave this boy, David.
Fuck off! I didn't sneeze.
Wait a minute. So his name is David, and my name is David too.
Oh.
Yes. David, leave David.
Martha.
Essentially, I mean, because that is
My
a
mother's name is
possibility that it's
Martha.
just psychosis. You know, it's
Yeah.
just, there are no demons, and it's just in your head.
So
I
do
mean,
you
that's
think-
a possibility.
So, real question. Do you think
Yes.
that the person who came up with the demonology and the lineage and the different beings was like
What if they were
schizophrenic?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and
What if
was
they had
writing
DID?
down what they were actually thinking was real?
What
and
if
it
they
was
had
just-
DID?
I don't know what that means.
Dissociative.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So what if they went forth as an alter and started writing all this shit down, and then they came
gotcha.
back and like, oh fuck,
Like Split.
yeah, why not?
Yeah. Did you see that movie?
Yes, I
It's a
love it.
pretty good movie.
I can't wait for Glass.
Yes.
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. Glassy ass.
Oh, I was gonna like, yeah. There you go. So he went for the high five. I went for the cheers, but we did both anyways.
Let's just pick the religion that I grew up in because that's
Jesus!
that's the one I know,
Yes.
right? Like, I don't really know other religions or what their ideas of afterlife really are.
Are they really that different?
They're really not.
No.
The thing about it is, and I think we've brought it up before, though, is when people are at that brink and their brain is shutting down.
That brinking point?
Yeah, the brinking point.
I'm at my brinking point.
Bleh.
And then they die, and then
Exactly.
they think they're going to their...
Right.
They may. I don't know. I might be wrong.
I don't think they do. But so
I don't buy it, but...
Yeah. They see religious iconography based off of the religion they grew up in. It's not like a Christian or a Jew is going to be on their deathbed and see Muslim iconography.
No.
It's not going to happen. Or
it's
Hinduism.
instilled in them, and when the DMT floods their brain,
Right.
and they have this fantastical trip.
I honestly
That's
think
what they're going to see.
a lot of it is to do with DMT
Yes.
and fear. Because, like, I don't know if you've ever...
If you feel guilty going into death, and you come back, you may tell the story of, I saw hell, or I saw this negative event, and it spooked me, and I don't want that when I die.
I don't know if you've ever what drugs you've done, but
Marijuana. That's about it. Caffeine.
I've heard tell that
Yes.
that shrooms.
Yes.
If you're not in the right mindset,
I like portobellos.
Right.
And creminis. Button mushrooms.
I like psilocybin.
Yeah, there you go. He just took it to a whole another level.
Oh yeah,
That was the intended level.
yes. That was nature's intention.
Yes.
But
Nature's candy.
yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just apes that evolved because we're the ones that discovered psilocybin.
Why do you think we still have wars? It's because we're monkeys.
Because we don't continue to use psilocybin.
That too.
But
It would make people more peaceful.
yeah, well, not necessarily. This is what I'm getting at.
But is that another LARP? I'll get to that in a minute.
What I've heard
Yes.
is that when you ingest psilocybin, it depends on your mindset for the type of trip that you're going to have.
Which a lot of people say your
if
near-death
you're-
experience is the same thing.
Right.
And
Well,
DMT.
exactly. So if you're in an anxious state or freaked out and you do shrooms,
Yeah.
you're gonna be freaked. You're gonna have a terrible trip.
Yeah, definitely.
Or your trip can change based off of the environment. So, and if you're in an elated mood,
Or who you're
or
with.
if you're, or if
can
you're with
bring
somebody
you
who can
back
help you, or a good
fuck you over.
Yeah, a good what do they call him? A guide or whatever. Can
Spirit guide.
no, just a
I'm kidding.
a trip guide,
Yeah,
a trip
guide.
advisor.
Yes, trip advisor.
That's what I'm going to
Ding,
call
ding,
them.
ding.
That's what I'm going to call them from now on. Would you be my trip advisor?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're in a good mindset, you're going to have a great trip.
Yes.
And it's going to, you're going to have fun. If you're afraid, you're going to have weird shit happen
yeah.
to you. It's worse with acid. When you're dying, unless you are like 100% content
Yes.
with your death and you know there's nothing else that's going to happen, it's inevitable, you've gone through this and this is what you're accepting. I don't think that you're going to freak out so much.
No.
I mean, if you're,
You're gonna have a
long-term
positive
illness or
experience.
whatever,
Yeah.
if it's like a sudden situation and you're like crushed between two, like a car and a tree,
Yeah.
like in Signs, and she just, if you back up the car, she dies, and
that stress will
instance,
translate
well,
into
if you're
trip.
afraid, your DMT trip
Yeah.
is going to be showing you images of fear.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, religion builds upon fear.
Oh, it does.
And uses fear and
keep
guilt
people in line.
to keep people in line.
Yes.
And when you're at that point at the cusp of your death,
At the losing the religious people point.
right? You're
On this
seeing-
podcast.
you're seeing those fears manifest.
Yes.
And if you feel guilty, you might go to hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if you feel like if you are quote unquote one with God, and you feel like you've walked that path and you've lived your life according to what the Bible says, which is why anybody would want to live their life to what the Bible says. The Bible says, horrendous things. Like if you rape somebody, all it costs is 50 shillings of silver.
It really is a book full of fear mongering.
It really is. So, but if you're at that
With
cusp-
some good ideas in it too.
sure,
Some.
maybe,
Yeah.
depending. But I mean, again, it was a
Some that don't
Bronze Age-
translate to modern times.
Bronze Age,
Yeah.
Middle Eastern culture.
Yeah.
How enlightened are they? Honestly,
Yeah.
That's just why you live your life based off of that book. There are better books. Read the Harry Potter series. There are good allegories in there.
There's a kappa in one of them, apparently.
Right, there is actually. But so if you're right there dying, and you're content with your lot in life, you're happy with
you're gonna have a positive
walk
trip
with God or whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a positive positive trip. You're gonna see that light, quote unquote. Yeah. You're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're gonna see Jesus and angels and all this bullshit, the pearly gates or whatever, because it's images that's been put into your head.
Exactly.
And
you've been conditioned to.
Nowhere in the Bible does it describe heaven.
No.
It doesn't describe heaven.
Although when they talk
they
talk about interactions with beings, they come from the heavens. What is that? That is
space.
Space.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were having. From so far as I could tell, the stories I've read in the Bible,
well, do you
anytime
remember
they have these interactions, these are very real physical beings to them.
Right. Well, do you remember we talked about angels?
They're not gods, maybe they're aliens.
And where the Bible describes an angel as these spinning circle or rings covered in eyeballs.
Best description of
fire and
UFOs.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking crazy.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rule it out.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, since the advent of cameras,
yes,
the miracle sightings have gone down.
Yeah,
and the ones that have been seen have been mostly proven to be either a trick of the camera, something else, or just Photoshop.
And now, while a lot of people do hoax UFOs.
Yeah.
There are a great number of honest people that have seen some shit. They don't know what it is. It's literally like what we've seen.
One of them,
UFOs.
Yeah.
Unidentified flying objects.
Umbrella.
We don't know what they are. Umbrella term.
I can't think of an
umbrella term for.
No, I was trying to think of another acronym for UFO.
Umbrella term for oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then the F is just silent.
Yes.
It's not UFO. But yes, maybe the miracles have gone down. The Bible-related sightings of things have gone down, but scientific or pseudoscientific things have gone up.
Do you think Norm went to the alien afterlife and then came back as a ghost?
Who knows? Yeah. Or maybe it's just nothingness.
I don't understand, again, where the idea came from, first off, and how it became so prevalent.
Near-death experiences, possibly.
Yeah. Another thing that bothers me, and this even bothered me when I was religious.
Yes.
Is because I read the Bible. I've read it cover to cover.
Yeah.
Back then, I hadn't really. Read some passages. I'd gone through it. I'd skimmed through it like most people. But I did know quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
And when people would say, like, if somebody passed away, they're like, "Don't worry about it. They're looking down on you from heaven." First off, if you're basing that off of your Bible, the Bible says that God is going to call all of His creation at the end of time.
In the end. The Seventh-day Adventists will actually push that.
Yeah, because that's what the fucking Bible says.
Yeah, they stick with that.
Right now, your dead loved ones are not looking down at you from heaven. Because nobody's in heaven but God and His angels.
Now, on a funny, weird note, if this really is a big alien epic, what if they just clone everybody that died? They bring them all back, but they're not really them. They're just genetic clones?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
I could come up with ideas of what it could be and be convincing enough to convince somebody else to believe it.
Yeah. Scientology.
Fucking how you don't look back in the past 50 years and realize, oh, that guy was a charlatan and he made all of this up. Like, there is evidence. He wrote this fucking shit.
I heard he did it on a bet.
Yeah, probably.
So
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Hell, if I could make a religion that would make me a billionaire, it'd be very unscrupulous.
But I'd do it.
I might do it.
And my deathbed confession would be, hey, it's not real.
Fucking losers. Yeah, I would do, if I knew I was dying, I'd do everything I could to squash it and be like, no, this is bullshit, guys. Like, what are you going to do to me now? I'm dying.
Meanwhile, they have the popular thing, whether these people are really dying or not. I find these on YouTube all the time, and I get a kick out of them. People that used to work for the CIA, they're on their deathbed and they have a confession about UFOs. It's gonna blow the fucking lid off of it.
Right.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah.
It's fucking silly. I seen one where they had pictures and it was just like fucking pictures of alien dolls that you can go buy, and like they didn't even try. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, and unfortunately, it's stories like that ruin the credibility of anything that is, you know,
right. And we
potentially real.
Amber keeps giving us homework, and we are not following up on that.
Which, by the way, we're kind of going on a vacation for the month of July.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a shit ton of research on a few of the next topics that we want to do in the show. But don't worry, listeners.
Yeah.
For you, it's going to be seamless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have so many episodes in the can.
Like the skin I'm wearing. Wait.
Seamless.
Seamless.
Not at the lips.
How do you think I got in?
Yep.
That was dumb.
Yeah. Well, maybe the life after death thing. I mean, we'll get into this later, but it could go back to the simulation.
Well, you know what it could
reality.
be? I mean, shit, if we're just going to be like coming up with stuff and pulling it out of our ass and saying this is what really is. So you die, right?
Yeah.
And you go back and you become an amoeba.
Yeah.
And you start the whole evolution process again.
What if?
You know, or you go back and everybody whoever dies collectively goes back and conjoins to part of one single-celled organism.
Yeah. Well, how about this?
And then they all become single-celled organisms, and they come together to make one organism or multiple organisms that they could procreate.
We are a legion of living things.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that.
So what about their lives? Do they have an afterlife? All the individual organisms that make up who we are?
Right. Shit. Right?
Where does it go?
Right?
Where does it end? I mean, why do we? Because we think that we're the only thing that's conscious. Why do we have an afterlife? Why doesn't a cell have an afterlife?
Well, and if you think of it that way, every 7 years, our cells regenerate. So
we're not even us anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Chuck I knew 20 years ago.
That skin doesn't
He's not
exist
physically
anymore.
here anymore.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Well, not 100%, but yeah, you get it.
You get what we're saying.
You get it.
Yeah.
Listeners.
God did it. But yeah, I mean, or other...
God made me do it.
Other ideas of afterlife, too.
Yes.
It's like, why? Why does there have to be an afterlife? Is it fear?
I have two reasons for this, and it's both the same thing. I think it's and with the whole DMT release in the brain, just flooding the brain. Just,
well, that's just
you know
like
what?
the idea.
Here we go.
Of,
it's like we're gonna flood your brain and just give you this experience, this last send off. What if it's biology's way of comforting you in death?
Yeah.
And if you fuck it up and make it a negative, like you were saying,
right.
Make it a negative experience, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
But
well, like if
you're consciously, it's your own fault.
You're building something and you slip and you miss the nail and you hit your thumb with the hammer. It doesn't immediately hurt.
No.
You react as if it hurts. But your brain prevents that pain from happening, so you're in shock. Shock prevents that pain from reaching your brain.
And that pain will get you later.
But it will get to you eventually.
Yes.
So that's maybe what your brain is doing, is your brain is in shock, and it's releasing this to stop you from being in that much pain. And I mean, because yes, you're in pain, but the pain could be worse.
And in your death experience where you come back and you've had this fantastical experience, maybe your brain thought, you know what, this is it.
Yeah.
A release of DMT, we're going to have the experience, the whole send-off party, we're going to die.
I mean, because your brain's not a mind reader.
But then you come back, you're like, oh, it doesn't. Your brain's no mind reader, But you know what I mean? Maybe that's biology's way of saying, you know what, we had a good run. Let's throw a fucking party before we leave. Right. Before there's nothing.
Or like the mom who lifts the car off of her toddler.
Yeah. Adrenaline.
Adrenaline. It's just a response.
Yes.
Your biological body response to a negative physical situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's honestly what I believe. I don't believe that when you die, there's a thing called a soul that leaves your body and then goes to heaven. Like, the thing about it, too,
I won't rule the possibility of it out, but at the same time, I'm in no position to prove it.
So, but also, and just the concept of heaven seems miserable to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sit there and worship for fucking...
Not even that alone, because that's just mind-numbingly boring. I would...
Yeah, send me
if you could kill yourself after death,
right?
I'd have an afterlife. But
what's the point?
like not even that. Like so, say you're a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And
I'm a 12-year-old girl.
You're a 12-year-old girl. You get raped by somebody, right?
Yes.
Raped and murdered by this person, right?
Yeah.
And then 30 years later, they're on death row.
Yeah.
They give their life to God. They become a Christian.
And they can end up in the same place as this
and they're
girl.
in the same place as their rape victim. How fucked up is that?
Yeah.
That's just fucked up.
Yeah.
This is fucked up.
It all goes back to why the brain potentially does this whole DMT thing, this last send off. Maybe it's just comfort.
That's all it is.
We don't know. We don't have the answers, so we're gonna make up a bunch of shit to comfort ourselves.
I think there's a handful of things going on here. There's collective human narcissism.
Yes.
Thinking that we have to
Since
be
we're conscious.
right. We're not the only
consciousness
creatures that have consciousness.
Exactly.
First off,
Yeah.
but we just.
There are people out there that will argue that plant life now.
I've made that argument and I scared my son.
Yeah, there you go.
But
they are the dominant
they
species.
are the dominant species, honestly.
But there is legitimately people that will make the argument that plant life has consciousness as well.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
Look at the way. Well, mushroom is a weird anomaly on its own.
Yeah.
We should have an episode about mushrooms because those motherfuckers are both flora and fauna.
Yes, Schumann.
They're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Fungus is
Expected.
strange. The fungus among
I was gonna say that. You beat me to it, Charlie.
But what was I saying about
Good album by Incubus.
Yes,
one of the
yes.
early ones.
Mm-hmm. And then what was the other one? Crow Left the Murder.
Yes,
Or
I
one
love that.
crow, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as dark as you think. I mean, a flock of crow is a murder.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like a gaggle of geese. That's one of my favorite too.
Yeah. And you see a bunch of geese and they're gaggling.
Yeah, gaggling.
Or you see a bunch of gas and they're giggling.
Yeah, it could be it.
Anyway, so
Don't take a shower with. Oh no.
no. So again, there's a couple of things that I think it is. There's collective human narcissism that we have to think that we're here for a purpose, which bullshit. Why do we have to be here for a purpose? We're just a byproduct of evolution.
And if before I forget this, if there is something after this, if consciousness goes on, let's say that everything goes back to the source. There is this one consciousness that is everything in the universe. And I'll keep it short. Why does there have to be a purpose for this consciousness? Maybe it's trying to figure it all up and make it all up as it goes because it doesn't even know what the fuck it is.
Maybe
and that's why we're all these individuations of the self trying to figure it out.
Maybe once everything dies, right? And that collective consciousness becomes like Goku's spirit bomb. It's big enough.
Yeah.
It explodes in like a big bang. And
It does
new
it all over
universe
again in
starts
a new
over.
way.
Exactly.
Or the same way. I don't know.
Right. Or, a better way because of the collective consciousness. We can kind of remember the past and prepare for a better future.
Yes.
I don't know. That's more... It's
a possibility.
That sounds more... That sounds better than...
More plausible.
Well, it just sounds better than any other afterlife idea.
Yeah.
Or just nothing. Because how can you be afraid of nothing? How can you... Were you freaking out before you were born?
No.
Because there was nothing.
You don't remember it.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
There isn't anything to remember before you were born. Anywho, so, collective narcissism, fear
Yeah.
of the unknown, and...
Which, let's face it, this is the unknown. Who's lived to tell it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because your near-death experience is DMT.
Right. Well, what is that in what you call it? Pirates of the Caribbean, when they're talking about the Black Pearl, and they're like, nobody survived, and they're like, if nobody survived, then who is alive to tell the tale?
Exactly.
Like, if it's afterlife and nobody's come back to tell us what it is, like, how the fuck do we know?
Now, are we proposing that there's something that's like life that happens after death?
Right. Is it?
Why don't we call that life too, just in a different form?
It's just life,
Yeah,
right?
life is life.
If all you're doing is shucking away your mortal coil,
Yeah, it's still life.
it's just life. It's continuation
Yes.
of
Ding, ding, ding.
life. It's after flesh.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it should be called. After flesh.
After flesh. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
If that's what it really
Right.
is. If the consciousness does continue, and I buy into,
And that's in any way. If your soul
Yeah.
even is a thing and it goes somewhere.
Yeah. I buy into
It's
the
after flesh.
possibility that there is this, and I'm going to do air quotes, soul. I mean, I look at it as, if anything, it's consciousness. Because
Yeah.
there are some times that we can't, I mean, they still don't know exactly how consciousness comes about.
I told you
They don't know
already.
where it's from.
I told you already.
What's that?
The primates who were eating psilocybin mushrooms and evolved into humans.
But there's other things that
Or
have consciousness.
hominid type
Well,
beings.
our type,
Our type of
our
consciousness.
functioning of
Yeah.
consciousness. But consciousness in general, they don't know where it comes from. They still don't. They're still stumped on that. They don't know. They don't know
Well, I just
how it comes
saw the
about.
other day that scientists
Is it
or
really in the brain?
medical science has discovered a new organ in the human body.
What's that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
there
didn't
you
really
go.
look into it. I just saw the headline.
We're still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just spreading disinformation.
Well, one day it's very possible. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still learning.
Yeah.
About ourselves. I mean, maybe one day we will know for
When I think about me, I touch yourself.
Wait.
Yep.
You heard me right.
Yeah.
You heard him right.
I'm so sexy, I have to jack you off.
Too sexy for my, I don't know,
It's like, I'm too sexy for my sperm. Squirt, squirt.
haunted throat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think heaven would want me in. If heaven was a
Why
thing,
is there a need for heaven? I really don't get
know.
that in religion.
I don't know.
Oh, this eternal place of worship.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That sounds like hell.
I just want to stay here and keep learning things.
Exactly. Yeah, like their concept of heaven sounds like hell to me.
Now is there?
And I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh.
I can go to your hell.
Oh,
That's not-
it is summertime here. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
If you're not from the Sonoran Desert,
Yeah.
this is pretty close to fucking
Right?
An approximation of
almost
this.
melt your balls off.
this fictitious
just go into
hell.
your car. Yeah.
It's not fun. I'm kind of glad we're taking a little vacation. I'm just gonna come home from work and sleep and kind of like do a half hibernation,
That's why
backwards ass
I don't-
hibernation.
I
for a
don't
month.
understand why the majority of the people in this fucking city are diurnal.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like 90% of the year, it's way too fucking hot to live outside.
Yeah.
But we've got nice nights.
Yeah.
Why aren't we nocturnal creatures here?
Exactly. Like my tortoises, there's a term for it, but they come out in the morning,
Yeah.
then they fucking go on the ground, and then they come back out in the early evening, and go back on the ground and sleep all night.
Yeah.
I mean, they are desert tortoises, but they don't want to be in this fucking heat either.
No. No, they've learned to adapt.
Yeah.
Like we've learned to adapt. We're doing this
It's like
podcast.
they're
at
desert
night.
tortoises. Throw them out in the fucking. I know, right?
Well, we've done one record where it was during
Yes.
the day.
And go figure the live recording, the live video that Jeremy did for that on his on Age of Jeremy on
Instagrams.
On Instagrammers. Go figure, it's like light as fucking day coming
Yeah.
in through the window.
Right.
That's totally not a representation
No,
of this
no.
show.
No.
We are.
But it was good lighting.
Yeah, it was
So,
nice. It was nice.
That was a fun episode.
A fun pair. Well, actually, the other one started going into the night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice. But yeah, so that's my thoughts
We,
so
we
far.
could
on-
easily call this show Phoenix After Dark.
You know what we fucking You know what we could fucking do.
What's that?
We could just realize
It's about that
I'm
time.
at my breaking point.
Yes, exactly. Breaking point. Breaking point.
There's a thing that we're supposed to say. There's a thing. I can't remember it.
We're and
I
back.
think it's back.
we're back.
Back we're in.
Back we're in. This is going to be how we are after our month away.
Oh
We're
shit!
Gonna be,
I mean, hell, how long ago was it that we recorded
Last week.
Like a week. And I'm like, how do we open this shit again? Is this really Milwaukee's best ice?
I don't know. I haven't tried all of their ice.
I know, right? And they've got frozen lakes in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
We should go there and like chip some off and like,
Just try it.
yeah.
And then put some alcohol in it.
Oh, listeners, be
Yes.
on the lookout. If you are, I mean, if you're again,
If you
we've
are
said-
a Milwaukee brewer,
no, if you are a fan of this podcast, then you have likely found us on Facebook at either the Facebook group, Learning
or
the Curse
Adam
group,
told you about it, or Chuck told you
or
about
on
it.
our just our Facebook page. But look for some photos coming soon.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I want to shout out to Stephanie, which I know at the very beginning of this whole ordeal of learning to curse.
Yes.
there was some logistics issues, and we wanted you on the show, and it just didn't work out yet. And then you left, and you were on vacation, and then shit happened.
And now we're going on vacation, but
we want you on the show, Stephanie.
Yes.
And thank you for listening.
She listened to every episode of our show.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're the only one. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah.
I'm sure there's others.
Our biggest fan so far. And so we were talking about life after life.
Life after that brief moment of death.
Life after flesh.
The potential life after. Anxiety. I wanted to bring up earlier, we were talking about DMT. And I think in life, with anxiety and stress and all that, it's very much the same way that you can determine the type of near-death experience, and I'm air quoting again, that you have.
Because our listeners can see that.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I'm
why I
not
have
filming
to love
tonight.
I'm not feeling the filming. But yeah, like, the way you conduct your life is going to determine
the way you conduct electricity.
Exactly. We are conducters of electricity.
Yep.
Yes.
Until you die.
Until we die.
Yeah.
And then the
actually,
energy
I don't
just
know.
goes
Your
on.
body could probably still be electrically
a
conducted.
conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words that are more than 2 syllables.
Words with friends.
Friends with words.
Friends with words.
That should have been the name of our podcast. Friends with words.
I'm gonna have a word with my friend.
Yeah. So yeah, anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's a motherfucker, and we are both. We do understand
we're
anxiety.
sufferers.
We both suffer. Can we really say suffer? Because in the
think
moment
so,
of having
yes.
anxiety, it sucks.
No, I think it's a suffer. I suffer through anxiety a lot of the time. Whenever I have like a panic attack or an anxiety attack.
But you know what I hate is that people
Imagine
say you're in control of it.
No.
And they're right, but it's not that
I don't
easy.
think so.
It's not that easy.
There are mitigating circumstances,
Yes.
and yes, you could probably try your best if depending on the level of anxiety to either remove yourself from a situation that's causing anxiety.
I'm a survivor of agoraphobia.
You know,
and I work in a
try and
grocery
better
store.
yourself mentally, or work through it. But there is actual physical pain that's involved with anxiety.
Oh yeah,
there is.
It can manifest in chest pain.
Okay, or the way that it mostly manifests with me is if you imagine yourself in a really cold room, or in a,
and your nipples start cutting ice. No, I'm kidding.
When you're really cold and your back spasms, the muscles are cold and they spasm. You know how that pain?
Yeah.
Imagine 105 degrees, sitting in a car, about ready to go into something that's causing anxiety.
Yeah.
And you know you're about to have a panic attack, and that's all you feel in your back, is that stress, that pull of all of the muscles concentrating into the center of your spine.
That's one physical way of it manifesting.
Or the chest pains, or the headaches.
Breathing. People become hyper-focused on their breathing.
And there's a term for it, and I can't remember what it is right now, but like being painfully aware of your own heartbeat.
Yes.
Where you can feel it beating in your chest.
And when I was younger, when anxiety really started manifesting for me, this is the anxiety podcast.
You can feel your heart beating against your diaphragm.
Yes, and you become hyper focused on breathing, and you freak out thinking you can't. And we're probably gonna freak ourselves out here in a moment. But
I think talking about it is actually a very good catalyst towards getting
and you know what?
over some of that.
There may be a correlation. There may be fans of ours that have anxieties. I mean, I think everybody's had it to some degree, but some people are sufferers of it, like ourselves, that have the actual issue. The disorder.
It fucking sucks. But it doesn't
but it gets
rule
better.
your life.
Remember, there's always that person. But it can.
Oh, just walk it off.
Yeah, you know what? I always hate when
chop
people
somebody's foot off and be like, "Oh, just walk it off, Kunta Kinte."
Right. I always hate when my name's not Toby. You made me do it, Chuck. Damn it. We're not racist though.
No.
It's a movie
if
too.
We say it's true.
It's a movie. Damn it. Okay. Anyway,
if we say we're not racist. We're not racist, right? That's how it works.
No.
No.
I can't run in a
race.
It's
like the
lazy.
person who's like, no offense, but you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's offensive. Stop being a dick. Like, I'm not racist, but all black people are black. Like,
all white people are peach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not white.
What are you? I'm part white. I'm not a good candidate.
I'm translucent.
Yeah.
The red you see is my blood.
There you go. Moving. How's the oxygen getting to make it red? Never mind.
No,
anyways,
that's a myth.
That is a myth. It is. You're right.
Yes.
Where the fuck were we? Anxiety.
The life after life.
Life after
anxiety.
life. No, with anxiety and stuff.
Well, here's a question.
Yes.
Life after life, do your anxieties follow you? Or is the anxiety basically a manifestation of shit that's...
But wait, let's look at it this way. What controls your anxiety?
Consciousness.
I was just going to say that. I honestly believe consciousness determines it.
Yeah.
So when people... And that's what I was going to say earlier.
It's like there's like this dead dude who's like this like neurotic, nervous wreck.
Yeah,
like, oh my God.
Panicking about being buried.
Oh my God, I'm dead. Oh my God. Oh my God, I have no physical being. Oh my God. Oh
Exactly.
shit. Oh, what the fuck?
And see, that's where my anxiety is. When I was younger, it manifested...
That's the voice you make when you're... Oh my God.
And I'm all over the place here, but one of the points I wanted to make is when my anxieties manifested, it was a lot like a lot of other people where I had the chest pains and I became very hyper-focused on my breathing or I felt like my head was going to pop and all that. But as I got older, it started getting fucking trippier. I long for those days where it was physical pain because now it's just like... the best, and I'll probably get locked away in a fucking mental institution if I told a professional of this.
No.
I literally get the feeling that I'm going to be ripped out of this reality. Like when the anxiety comes on, when I'm nervous about a particular thing, I get this weird feeling like this, depersonalization. Is the best term I think for it, where you feel like you're not even in this physical form, right? Like you get at any point you're going to be ripped out of it or something. Yeah. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, no, I get you.
It's trippy.
Mine sometimes it manifests when I'm driving in traffic. And
fuck.
The thing about it is you know that. Have you seen Donnie Darko?
Yes, I have both of them here. I have that and S Darko.
The first one's a good one.
The second one's
the second one's not that good. Anyway, the S Darko.
Shit on that.
Yeah,
Sister Darko.
That's what the S stands for. Is shit.
Sister Darko. They had the original cast to a degree.
Yeah, some of them. But I'm driving on the freeway.
Yeah.
And my mind can completely visualize a jet engine falling onto my car and completely obliterating me.
And then boom, Anxietyville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm nervous the whole fucking time I'm driving home because of this irrational fear that a jet engine's gonna fall on me.
Do you ever have that irrational fear of just freaking out just for the sake of freaking out? Like, fuck, I'm gonna have a panic attack, not because of anything in particular.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But, okay, so how this ties in, just like the DMT flooding the brain, I mean, going into that near-death experience, this quote-unquote near-death experience, which I believe is just... I mean, and Chuck can chime in on what he thinks it is, but I honestly believe it's just biology's way of giving you this peaceful ending. And if you fuck it up with your anxiety, you consciously, well, then
maybe that's one of the reasons
why
I should fear death. Because at the end, I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, demons are ripping me apart.
And then you have a bad trip and then you die.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Exactly.
But it's just like anxiety.
No, I hope to go out high out of my board.
You don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And you just fade to black.
Yeah.
But it's a lot like anxieties in life. I mean... You know, how you feel about things going into it. And I hate when people used to tell me, it's all in your head. It's not that easy.
No.
But at the same time, they are right.
Yeah.
It is in your head because you can get to a point where you can control how you feel about a situation
it's also
consciously. And then that's going to dictate if you have a panic attack or not.
Think of it this way, right? I'm having a panic attack and it's a horrible experience. And it's a physical experience.
But if you know what it is.
It's a real thing that's happening.
Yes.
And somebody's like, oh, it's all in your head. You could just, think of it.
That's true, but it still sucks.
You just got shot in the stomach.
Yeah.
And you're writhing in pain. And you're holding your belly.
That's still in your head.
No, it's all in your stomach, man. Don't worry about it.
And you know what? It's also, if you think about it, it is in your head. It's nerves.
Yeah.
It's receptors and all the pain that you're feeling.
That's why I say do psilocybin. It helps to rewire your brain.
There you go. It'll give you rewired brain wings.
So that's the message you're going to get out of this one, kids. Do shrooms. Do shrooms.
Hey, do you hear that?
Smoke a lot of pot. Yeah, it's probably my...
Your headphones.
Yeah.
I will debunk that if you heard that at home over our music, our lovely music.
They didn't.
Probably not. I heard it because I have dog ears.
Yeah. Will you take those dog ears out of your pocket, please?
I should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it helps me look like an elephant. And then when people say, where's the trunk? I unzip.
Yeah, there you go. You got one in each pocket. I like to put, my kids, because they have tiny feet, or they did at least, I would put their socks on my ears and pretend to be a puppy.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to be doing that as soon as I have children too. Something of that nature.
Oh yeah. Or I would turn on Joe Satriani as loud as I could and just hold them and dance around the room.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Just dance around the summer song. Don't sue me, Joe.
But yeah, just like I feel that DMT is probably biology's way of making you feel comfortable.
I think what we should do
at the end of life.
At the end of this episode, what we should name this episode the number of times we said DMT.
Yes, DMT. Yeah. Somehow we could work it into
just like the title and that number.
D-M-T Afterlife.
Yeah. DMT
Afterlife. Now you get it when you saw the title.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
it's in stone. Episode 29, DMT Afterlife. Anyways,
I was drinking my ice.
I was waiting for him to join me, but he had something in his throat.
Yeah, and it wasn't a cock.
But just like DMT floods the brain, I feel like is biology's way of making you feel comfortable unless you fuck it up psychologically. Endorphins too when you work out. I feel like religion, the LARP of religion. Mm-hmm. I love that Nate called it a LARP because I can't uncall it a LARP now.
you can't think of it any other way now.
No, it is because he's right, and we've always thought. I think you and I have always thought of it like that after we got away from religion.
Oh yeah,
but we never called it a LARP.
No.
It's very LARPy.
Nate, we miss you, buddy. You need to be back on the show.
Religion is the same way. It seeks to give you, in a very fucked up way, in a lot of religions. And I would debunk that. That's not a spirit frog. That was his haunted throat.
Yeah.
I think religion tries to make you feel better about death. It tries, but it does. You know what? When I take their version of death, it doesn't make me feel better.
I don't know so much that it tries to make you feel better about death.
That you have something to look forward to, other than
it tries to
being bug
eliminate
food.
death altogether.
Yeah. Like the story goes on.
Like death is inconsequential.
Yeah.
But it's not.
You know what? If you look at it as if it is, now this is some real shit right now. Mm-hmm. If you look at life as if it is, then you're gonna do a lot more in this life.
Right.
I do.
I think
I'm like fuck. I don't know. I don't.
Religious people who are living this life. Mm-hmm. Preparing their afterlife.
You fucking waste of time because you don't know for sure.
Exactly. I mean, and I could be wrong. I mean, there could be, the
I'm agnostic. I'm on the fence.
The Christian heaven could be 100% real, and I'm just like missing something somewhere.
Look,
but
I'm agnostic.
That I've looked, I don't see it.
Right.
I see it as an irrational thought.
Now, I'm agnostic, so I'm on the fence of it. It could be one way or the other, but knowing that it could be nothing after this.
Yeah.
Makes me want to do a lot while I am here. Right. And that means nothing,
Which
too.
Which kind of brings on more depression, looking back at all the shit I haven't done. But
you still have...
I'm still alive, so there's still more time to do stuff. And, I mean, I could be dead tomorrow.
We should just start humming the songs, that way we don't get fucking sued.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't know what that is, that's fine.
Yeah.
Less people that do, less chance we'll get sued.
Right.
But I think religion tries to make you look forward to something after death.
Yeah.
And that's fine for people that need that, I guess.
I think it's the fear of the unknown, and they have to insert a known, which they can't
gnome?
know.
Insert a gnome in the anus.
You got to lube it up first, really, really good, and then relax.
With some mushroom goo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Energy. Okay, so now let's look at ways that there is life after death, but it's not what you think.
No.
Energy doesn't die. It transforms. Okay.
I mean,
the physical body.
I think saying that energy doesn't die is a mislabeling. Because energy isn't alive. It just exists. So
energy doesn't cease to be.
It doesn't dissipate.
Yeah. It doesn't cease to be. Yeah. It transforms.
It can't be destroyed.
Now, arguably, it takes energy to keep these bodies going.
Yeah, which we get.
One of the factors.
And we get the energy by eating food. We get the energy by drinking water
intake
or whatever. We get the energy by I know people are going to scoff at this, but to an extent, photosynthesis.
Yes.
Not the same way that plants photosynthesize, but yes, the sun
because
does help
the sun
sustain our life.
Okay, the vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
It helps us to
Vitamin
synthesize
E.
vitamin D in our body and other vitamins.
So,
Haunted.
gonna rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it leaves this body. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, there is a life.
See, this is how
There is a I won't say a life after death, but after the death of this physical body, energy leaves. It doesn't dissipate. It goes on. So in a sense, there's that.
Right.
But does that take the consciousness with it?
We
don't know.
I don't think so. Because I think that the consciousness entirely lives in your brain. Your brain is your
That is a
mind.
possibility.
When your brain is dead, your mind is dead. Your mind is gone. You're no longer continuing.
Where is my mind?
Exactly. Thank you, Pixies.
I love the Pixies.
But I don't see like some people, like, it's not like this like anime death where you die and like whoosh, this energy shoots out.
Yeah.
The way that
It's a process. Death doesn't happen all at once.
I think that the way that humans embalm and bury the dead has taken away from the way that our energy can be reabsorbed and dispersed.
Yeah.
Because the way that our energy, it's not like whooshing out of us. It's like we eat food to get energy.
Yeah.
The planet consumes us to gain energy. That's how it works. It's not like a whooshing out and then like touching other things and like my energy goes over to here and over to here and over to there.
Food.
Yeah.
For other organisms.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the
nourishment. For others. We took nourishment.
The mites
in
that
this
are
life.
fucking on our face right now.
Yeah. Just waiting.
Yeah. But
I have 3 basset hounds in the other room. If I die, I won't take. I don't take offense to the fact that they might eat me after I die.
oh no, yeah. If you were
That's
to
fine.
like suddenly die in your home and they had access to your body, eventually, if you stopped feeding them, your dogs would eat you.
It's amore.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened with cats.
Yeah.
People who have had cats and have like just passed away in their home.
No.
Their cats eat them.
No harm, no foul.
No, because they're animals. And they're not horrible.
They don't eat me now because I feed them.
You feed
I
them.
love them.
Exactly.
They get something out of me being here.
And yeah, I mean, to an extent, I don't think that animals have pure facial recognition. They just see a mass of meat.
But they
and
do
are
have
going-
senses.
Yeah.
Other senses, yeah.
But it's a mass of meat, and after a while, all they can sense is
The
lunch.
you that is you, whether it's a soul that leaves and people detect that,
But then
or
again,
whether it's just that
those-
people know that it's a dead body.
Was it that Brazilian
They
soccer
detected-
team who ate their teammates when they crash landed.
Yeah.
Because they had to. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that kind of
No
cannibalism.
harm, no foul.
Right? I like, honestly, if I were on an expedition with a couple of my closest friends,
What if you were by yourself? Would you do auto cannibalism?
I would.
Okay, why not?
If I
Why
had to,
not? Yeah.
I would definitely do my best to try and eat other things first.
You're just like a
But-
torso trying to find something still to eat.
Oh no, I'd be like I'd be like Dr. House, and I'd have like part of my whole right leg gone from the like the knee above the knee up to my hip. Have you seen House?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that show.
I love the song. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So out of body experiences, does that lend to there being a soul, or is it like we discussed on Ghost Pusher ADD about shadow people? Is it the left temporoparietal junction?
Could be.
Why is this so hard to say at this hour?
The petticoat junction.
I said it with no problem on Ghost Pusher ADD.
Yeah.
But when they monkey with it, they would see shadow people or doppelgangers, which we're going to get into on another episode. Foreshadowing.
Doppelgangers.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Shadow people. Foreshadowing. But
Poople dingers.
could that account for out of body experience? It's very possible.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
something may happen.
I mean,
and
look, in the grand scheme of everything, I can't know for sure whether any type of like what would you call like
phenomena or physical
phenomena.
Ba-ba-da-bum.
But no, like any extraneous idea of what could be may or may not be true. I mean, I could think of something right now and I think, oh, that's just off the wall kind of bullshit that I'm pulling out of my ass.
But it's possible.
And it winds up actually being true.
Anything's possible.
To an extent, anything could be possible. I don't think anything's possible, but I think to an extent, anything could be possible without actually knowing, especially with things such as life after life.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't believe that that's how it's going to work based off of just, observation.
Yeah.
Because again, I mean, and just trying to tie it together with like an afterlife and ghosts, like, so you die and say you don't get into heaven and you don't get into hell, or this heaven and hell do not exist and you're just in this weird temporal plane, or you go to another dimension.
Purgatory is purgatory with or without hell or heaven or whatnot. Or we don't know where to go because the energy is just...
It's purgatory.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it's pronounced. You pronounced that wrong.
Regurgitation. It's pronounced...
It's pronounced rape. If you go to the after rape, and the raped her life,
and you find that OBEs and NDEs, near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences, are not just the left temporoparietal junction, but they're the real deal.
You did it.
Because I didn't think about it. That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why.
You were thinking too hard about it.
I know.
I do that all the time. I had a training class this morning, and I did that same thing.
It sounded like you said a training class.
Yeah, it was a tranny class. I was learning how to be a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. No, I was tapping into my inner feminine side, holding my titties.
Yeah. I hold my tits every now and then.
Yeah. I
don't like touching my nipples.
The last time we were recording, I kept pinching my nipples for some reason, but it was because they were itchy.
Oh, that bothers my nipples thinking about it.
Just like squeezing them a little bit to like scratch them. Because you can't just scratch your nipples. It's like trying to scratch the bottom of your foot. It doesn't scratch the bottom, or it doesn't, alleviate
you don't
the
get
itch.
to it.
It tickles.
You get to the surface.
Yeah. And you can't scratch your palms. It's just tickling your palms.
Are you saying it perpetuates it?
No, it doesn't.
If you have a ticklish foot?
It doesn't alleviate the scratch or the itching. It just tickles it. It doesn't fucking work.
Especially if your foot is ticklish, and then you're just perpetuating.
Yeah, exactly. So
the need to facilitate. Yeah.
You know what I should probably do is remove the high heel.
Yeah.
Before trying to, I can take off the pumps and then I can scratch my foot.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Reincarnation. I guess that is part of this.
Reincarnation instant breakfast?
Yes, exactly.
You're going to cannibalize it in an instant?
Auto-cannibalism.
Yes.
I just wanted to say auto-cannibalism.
I want to say autofellatio.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm. Somebody would be like, go eat a dick. And you're like, all right. And you cut off your own and you munch on it a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Reincarnation. So if there is a soul, that is literally a life after death.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
Right.
That would be a life after death.
Yeah.
Now the whole thing with there have been hoaxes. Okay, there have been hoaxes
chopping through those hookers' pussies. Yeah.
Hey, let's get the hoax sound effect going from your end to my end. It's all the way like across.
Okay. That did it.
That just lopped her head off.
Right?
Lopped off 12 heads.
Chopped right through your cum-encrusted pussies.
You got to listen to this in stereo.
Yeah.
You can't just stream it. You got to download it and listen to it. And
Hoax ASMR.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
But yeah, so reincarnation. I mean, that would be a life after death if it is a real thing. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking about that because it still bothers me calling it life after death or afterlife.
Yeah,
afterlife is death.
Exactly. Death after death?
Unless you can call the state of a theoretically a soul continuing on after the body dies and it's something other than another type of life, then
right. Yeah. Right.
It still bothered me.
Yeah. Because it's not like when somebody dies, we can like measure a new type of life. Like you're saying, it's still
dead. If you're conscious, you're still arguably living in some form or another.
But imagine this. So you're 105 years old. You're senile. You've lost your mind. Alzheimer's is eating away at your brain.
How did I get here?
I don't remember.
I'm really 38.
Fuck.
But I'm really 105, but I'm senile.
Martha! Anyway.
What did you say?
I said Martha.
Oh, we're friends again.
Yay. So Like, so you're 105 years old. Your brain is destroyed by Alzheimer's.
All this aluminum cans over the fucking years.
You die.
Yes.
You
die.
Does your consciousness continue?
Do you unsprout and go back to like this little seedling, or are you still an old man after?
Are you still?
Have an answer
Is your consciousness still riddled with Alzheimer's fuckery?
It's possible.
Or are you restored?
If consciousness continues after this physical form dies,
because I would love to see an Alzheimer's ghost.
I know, that'd be fucking awesome, right?
The ghost comes in, is like, holy shit, there's a ghost! Get out of my house!
God. Or DID. Right. What the fuck? Or schizophrenia. Right. But anyways, okay, I look at it this way. If consciousness, arguably, if consciousness continues, right? And consciousness is the catalyst for anxiety and for these thoughts and negative or positive thoughts and so on, right?
Right.
Well, we're gonna sew on. I just imagined a bunch of people sewing on.
I was thinking the same fucking thing, dude.
I had to say it because I had a feeling you would say it. Dun. Yeah. So what if you die? The consciousness goes on, and that's the soul or whatnot, and it still thinks. So long as it thinks that it is in that state, then it's gonna be in that state.
Yeah.
Until it says, you know what? I'm not. I don't have my body anymore.
Young.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. I think we just talked in circles out of our ass.
Who is ever young? And why are you singing for them?
I don't know.
I think this wraps it up because we can go in circles.
I think Ever Young might be River Phoenix's cousin.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anywho, so that was dumb.
Not just anywho.
Yeah.
The Who.
All of the Who's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Guess Who.
Mary Lou Who.
The Guess Who.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Check us out on the social medias.
All of the medias. Ooh, we didn't plug anything. Fucking Age of Radio. Just go look up ageofradio.org.
We're all there.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new one. We've got a new. We've got.
Well, it's already been out for a while now.
Yeah, but yeah. So by the time you're hearing this one, it'll be a couple of.
Who
weeks.
is it? Who you tell us? You tell us. Who is this?
So it is Ari. She does a podcast called Murder Under the Midnight Sun.
Murder.
There's been a murder.
Yes.
But
very clever title because
she lives in Alaska. And it's about Alaskan crime, and it's freaking awesome.
Awesome.
So she's joined the syndicate. Thank you. Our gang is growing. She
can't get out. It's blood in, blood out.
Organized crime syndicate. She has to shoot a moose for us. That's how she gets in.
We steal penny savers. We steal penny savers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do penny savers exist still, or are we just old?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going off and knocking off the 99-cent store. Give me all your... We're going to rob the dollar store. Give me all your dollars.
Give me all your monies. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Murder Under the Midnight Sun is part of the Age of Radio network. We got Color Me Dead.
Yes.
We got JV Impacts. We got
Bones on Sports.
Bones on Sports.
Age of Jeremy.
We got Age
I
of
just
Jeremy.
like saying that.
We got Grill in the Valley. Yeah. We got Learning to Curse.
Those guys.
Learning how to cuss.
Learning how to cuss. Learning a curse.
Always looking to acquire more. Because the bigger our family grows, the better we can make everything for the listeners. So yeah.
So as you notice, we jumped into the end of our podcast, and then we went ahead and started promoting shit because there's no real ending to our topic for this episode.
There's not.
It's going to be open-ended.
It's very open-ended.
Open-ended. I can't even talk. But you know what? I have one idea.
What's your idea?
One idea that can probably...
What's your idea, sir?
I mean, the only way to know for sure... He's got a coaster over his eye. That's pretty interesting.
I do what I want, goddammit.
There's one way that we can experiment.
Yeah?
To know what it would be like...
I wonder what that would be like.
After death.
After what?
I mean, I don't want to kill myself. You don't want to kill yourself. But we can...
Ooh, autoerotic asphyxiation. We could probably get to the point.
Yes.
We'll also have some euphoria from the masturbation. So...
And then we kill the episode and see what happens.
Like what? Like how? Like we would just take...